So it's been a little while since I turned the camera on, but I've still been working on the bike and trying to come up with stuff. And sometimes when you're trying to run the camera and try to be artsy fartsy, your focus isn't there. So you gotta kind of like, I don't know, get in the zone. So that's what I did. Anyway, I'm working on, I'm gonna make a headlight for it. I had the brass one that was on there. It was okay. Put it back on. Just something wasn't right with it. So I decided to look in my hoard for different items and different ideas, and I did. And what I came up with is what you're looking at right now. It's a set of old binoculars. They almost look like government issue of some sort. They have a serial number on the plate and just looks more in keeping with the bike and like the dog tags from the motor and all. It all kind of has that same kind of 40s, actually 20s, but with 40s parts. It looks like it was made a long time ago. I guess is kind of the idea I'm going for. Out of stuff, not recent, because it's all old stuff. So this kind of fits the theme. I get screws out of there. So I'm trying to lighten it up because I'm going to drill through the back of the, there's a combination where it will come out. There's bosses on the inside here. It's kind of like a Rubik's Cube. There it goes. Where's the prism? The prism. Get them around here. Getting around corners. This one is all busted up. See the lens on the inside? Broken. Anyway, so they're out of there. And these two guys can go back on. I can stick flashlights down the inside. I'll just show you that. So we're going to go with like, I want to blind you, but something like that. That should make for each one having a pretty cool headlight. So now we got to figure out how to mount it. And what I have is these two guys that were unscrewable, and I figured we could just drill through this case, put some threaded rod or of some sort through it, and make some mounts to the handlebars. And I got a couple of clamps here. Not quite sure what we're going to do, but we're going to do something, I guess. And we'll see how we like that. And if we do, we keep it. If we don't, we don't. But so far, I like it. Alright, so I got two holes, kind of where I want them to go. I dug through some hardware. These are the bolts I'm going to use. And they're going to come through there with a washer on it and another nut. And it'll lock it to this plate. And then we're going to figure out we're going to go to the handlebars from there. Or actually the outers of the triple tree. So I got to open that hole up to that size. I already started. And we get on the snug side too. One more. Alright, one. So I'm thinking, flip them around. That goes on the inside, and we'll put like a gold brass, copper rather, and then a brass nut, just to play with the hardware. Give a mix of the metals, and just because I have them. So we'll do that. And then need a GM nut. And then I figure that guy probably to the handlebars, and we could tweak it from there. So we make 2 of those up. Let's see how that looks, and we'll try it on the bike. So I figured before I put them on there, we'll give them a little bath. They're pretty cruddy. Looks like they've been out in the weather. Looks like they fell off a truck and dragged. The length, they're really beat up. But that's actually kind of nice. I like the age of it. Just want to get the dust off of it. And get the crap from the inside. From that side. Just so they're watertight. Make you want to pee? Clean the windows. Yeah, it's like I figure I could probably get like 2 flashlights, and a lot of the flashlights now just have little, little rubber tit in the back of them that you push for on and off. You can stick 2 of them in there and maybe just make 2 ports that go right through, and you just click them both on and click them both off. Sometimes simplicity is. There we go. I didn't get very good on those lenses, did I? This looks like crap. Might be something that doesn't come off too, Well, we'll work on that, dry it off, and bring it back over. Here we got a little headlight adjustment to do. So if we do this without burning something up, what's the best direction? Let's try this one first. Try to save the threads above it. Red. I want it red a little lower though. I'll try to make the bend as close to the bottom one as I can. Let's try that. Remind you, spaz. Waited too long. Missed it. That looks pretty good. Do the same on the other one. That's about how much angle we got. Get you guys out of the way. I'll go shoot the heat the other direction. Just throw that anywhere. Alright, so here's my dilemma. Like them, I gotta bend it further. I gotta do something else. Might cut them, bend them, and weld up the centers. But I like it. I like the original one too. I'm putting that one back on, kind of bouncing back and forth. I'm like, well, what if I make this guy more down in that location, kind of deal, That one. But the one thing that kind of gets me with that is it just looks a little too nice compared to the rest of the bike. So what I decided to do, I'll take either the shoe polish or the leather dye, and I'll rub it down and wipe it off and see how I like it, and then kind of make a decision from there. So that's what I decided to do. Let me go let's us go try that. That's what I got. I've kind of been using it around the bike. And it's kind of like the shoe polish, just the concentration of the pigment seems like to be much higher. You get this little swab and you see how nice and solid it is. So I figure I'll let that kind of run in, and when you rub it off, it wants to stay more in all the little cracks and crevices and all. And it just gives it an older look. Well, at least that's what I'm hoping for. And again, just like when you try anything new, you just keep using it on everything because it's new. So the whole bike will have it done. Anything to the knob? Let's do the knob. You always want to do the knob. Okay. Can't see on that side. See how far it goes? You don't even have to really keep dunking it. Seems like it travels pretty far. That's the last one. We'll deal with that a little bit later. Let's see how this works for us first before I commit to that. Just to the outside. This has a like a flashlight thing. Plastic body, I believe, I have tucked in. That's why it rattles. I think it's in there for the power supply, and that switch works. All that's kind of hooked up. I don't know. Let me let it set up for a few minutes, and then I'll turn you back on, and we'll wipe it off and see what it looks like. And time for a little rub down. I'm thinking rag. It's either go paper towels or rag, but. Well, I like the way it darkened up the writing and the embossed coffee on the can part. I think we can leave it like a little more up in there. Seems like after you leave it dry for a while, it hardens up pretty good too. But yet, it will come off with like a carb cleaner. Ages it a little. I think once you put it on, if you take it and kind of give it a wear pattern that's more like conducive, if the light was on there a long time, like with a switch and stuff, is probably clean this area up more. You get the right swipe marks. Something like that. Alright. We'll plop that up in there and we'll see how we like that guy. Actually, I might have to heat it. That's just kind of stuffing it on the bike. But I'm liking it again. I think it's definitely worth bending into shape those studs coming out of them. See if I can kind of clamp on the those tubes and put it in that spot. I think just being up so high was making the bike too tall. I kind of wanted to make it low and long, and the headlight was kind of making it not that. So that's probably what my issue I was having. So, all right, so I'm gonna go pop this sucker in the vise, take those two guys and heat those guys up in a pattern. So they have to go outward and they have to go on an angle. So it's actually one bend, just have to cut it on an angle this way. Let me see how that works out. So I kind of tweaked that one around a little bit. You see there, heated and tweaked, and again, I had to spread them outward and tilt the bucket down, but it's right above the spring. I kind of like it there. Swung the headlight open because I had to do some left to right adjustment. And you can see the two, what's left of the threaded rod that's in there. And back this nut off, the bucket was facing away that direction. Ran this one back, squared it up, and then just tightened the nut up on the outside. And that's nice and square. So that would be where the battery goes. That connects to the back of that. That would make sure you don't rip it apart. Put that screw back in. That's what we're gonna go with. So let me get that screw in there and we'll look at it. Yeah, there we go. I'm kind of back to liking that one again. You know until you try. Nothing says that they just don't go in the Horde and go on another one, right? So it makes the bike, not so tall again. Plus, what's nice is it fit on back on crusty, and I pulled it in the garage. I don't have to take the bike off. So that looks pretty good. Looks like it's got to get tilted down a little more yet. So we'll leave that on there. We'll see how we like it, and we'll advance from there. I think where the shifter is, I need to put a cover source on it. Right here, something. So I may tap that pin in and look around and see what I got, see if I have something for that. The fireplace fan that had the big blades on it, where'd they go? They were going to be a guard on this thing. I may have already put them away. Well, it had the center of the base was this shell, clamshell. I'm going to go see if I can find that. Maybe we can put that over it. So that's going to wrap it up for me. And I think this thing's going to get put away till springtime. I think it's pretty much ready to rock and roll. And the last couple of bikes I did the same thing with too. But everything is tight. There still could be changes on it, and I'm sure there will be changes on it after we run it down the road and we kind of see what performance does and doesn't work. But I don't know if I showed the hand grips. It's that pull chain, that old style pull chain. I drilled the hole in the handlebar, I wrapped it around, and I cut a slot in the back of the handlebar in the bottom, and a slot and a cork. Stuck it in there and hammered the cork in. And then I dyed that black with the leather dye also. What else is done? The gas line's done. I don't know. I forget what I did and didn't show. Oh, throttle. Throttle, I just went with a steel bicycle brake lever, and that runs down to there. Is my throttle. And two things. I'm not sure if that carb's going to stay on there, so I didn't want to invest too much time in making really intricate. So that should be able to be universal on whatever I put it on. And the fact that this is steel, I can cut this back if I want to change the handle out to something, more like pliers or something. It gives me something to attach to, but my rock location is already set. Plus it's adjustable. So I think we should grab a stool. One thing I just want to make sure is that I won't have to start it with a rope. That we can start it with the pedals. So I figure we'll hop on there and go check that out. guess they didn't take the handbook either. So that's neutral. I think I'll be able to start that just fine. Good. I was afraid that I didn't have a decompression valve, I wouldn't get it to spin, but it seems like it should be okay. Well, that's it, guys. I'm gonna wrap this one up right here. And we got some other stuff to get into, so we'll get into that pretty soon. Again, thanks for watching, comment, subscribing. See you later. First attempt to try to start it. I just put gas in it. Try to start it with the pedals. I don't know which way choke is. Started. That's a good sign. All right, I couldn't resist. It's 50 degrees out and Brian's street is pretty clear, so I figure I'll throw it on the truck and we'll try doing some putting up and down the road, see how she does. Yeah, go right ahead.
See how she does.
on the, I thought it was going to be geared too high. It's geared too, I thought it was going to be geared too low. It's too high. I thought it was not going to have enough top speed. But it seems pretty good. Summertime, we'll find out and get on a nice open road. But it feels about the same as a moped.
Right, need another 8th mile.
Yeah,
street.
That's all. And for those who wanted to see how those rope ratchets kind of worked, here's one in my truck right now. You just can kind of grab it and pull it right tight and release it. Just one-hand it, you know, it'll go free again. Lock itself wherever you leave it. So that's there.